another vlog that has to do with TV shows that are currently on the air. And this one, I resisted watching it so hard for so long. It's almost crazy. I am talking about Jane the Virgin. I honestly, for the whole first season, I boycotted it hardcore. I didn't even give it a chance. And funny thing, it seems like the more that I blindly boycott a thing when it comes to pop culture, the more I end up loving it later when I give it a chance. I don't know why this is, but it seems to be the way. I did this with the Monkees when I was young, and then they became practically one of my favorite things ever. So that was probably my biggest example of that. But this one, I boycotted by title alone because I totally figured it was gonna be a repeat, essentially, of The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which everything about that film just pisses me off to no end, okay? It makes a big deal out of something that shouldn't even be an issue, shouldn't really be anybody's business, one way or the other, but all of a sudden put all this pressure on people to lose their virginity so they didn't end up like this guy, and basically made a big deal out of a thing that shouldn't matter. That pisses me off just by concept, and it pissed me off for what it was doing to a lot of my friends at the time, in that they felt pressured to go out and do things just because they saw this stupid movie, which was ridiculous in the worst possible ways, and then ended up regretting it horribly afterwards. I have so much hatred for that movie, don't even get me started on it. So anyway, I assumed it was gonna be just like that fucking movie, and be super insulting on that particular topic. So I just wanted nothing to do with it, I wouldn't watch it, didn't want to hear anything about it, just did not want anything to do with it. So I didn't watch it, and tried not to give it much of any thought whatsoever. Unfortunately, everyone else in this house watched it, so it was kind of like playing a perpetual hopscotch game to try and not see this frigging show. But, anyway, so after it reached season 2, I think they put season 1 up on Netflix, and basically I was bored one day, I had nothing better to do, and I don't know, I was in a mood, and I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna hate this thing so hard, I should at least know what it is I'm hating so hard. So I decided, fuck it, I'll watch the first episode, just so I can say I've seen something of this show that I supposedly hate so much, and have at least some basis of what I'm saying. So I watched it, and I liked it. And then I ended up watching the entire season in a 3-day span, because this is how I do. But, yeah, basically, it is nothing like The 40-Year-Old Virgin. It is actually very tactful in how it approaches the topic of virginity, and it doesn't do it in a mocking sort of tone or anything. It's not derogatory, which usually is how it gets portrayed in media, which is usually why I just plain don't want anything to do with those sort of shows or movies, but this one is different. It not only does it in a tasteful manner, they also have the whole staunch Catholic religious background with it, too, which resonates with me big time, and I thought it was just really well done. That's why I kept watching it and ended up watching the entire season in a 3-day span, so yeah, that. But, I'm the same person who watched all of Family Ties, all 7 seasons, in less than a month, so remember who you're talking to here. But, yeah, that. I'm kind of a binge watcher, what can I say? But, anyway, yeah, there was just a lot of things about this character that resonated with me so freaking hard, where I was like, I wanna hate it, but I can't. And it's not even, the more I watched of it, the more I realized this is not a thing I should even be hating, because the things I thought I was gonna hate about it don't apply to this show. They don't make fun of it, they don't treat Jane like a freak for it, they don't do any of the usual TV tropes when it comes to that topic. Which I thought was very well done, and I honestly wish there was more of in media, but there's not. I think this may be the first and only portrayal of it in a classy manner like that. So anyway, as for this show, if you've never seen it, basically the premise of this show, at its most bare roots level, without giving away too much, because there's so many subplots, it's basically its own soap opera, which is probably also why I like it, since before it got canceled, I used to love All My Children. But yeah, basically, when it all boils down, the whole drama of this is that Jane Villanueva is a, I think, 24-year-old virgin who's saving herself for marriage, this, that, and the other, da 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 da. She's in a long-term committed relationship with her boyfriend, who's very understanding about the thing, and the drama comes in. She goes to have, like, a routine pap smear, and unfortunately gets artificially inseminated by a doctor who mixed up the rooms of what she was doing because she had just gone through a breakup of her own and was too distracted to think clearly and accidentally inseminated the wrong woman. As if I needed another reason to be paranoid of those doctors. But, yeah, I know, realistically this would never happen, but try telling my subconscious that. But anyway, so she ends up pregnant, she has the baby and all that good stuff. So that is, like, the most basic level of this show. There's a gazillion other things in it that happen as well. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to make an entire show only on that and nothing else. There's a ton else that goes along with it, but I don't want to, like, give spoilers for anybody who watches it or is going to watch it, so I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, because I apparently pissed off my little sister something awful by spoilering a lot of things with that show for her, because I got ahead of her in the episodes. Yeah. it got ugly. But, yeah, Jane's a writer, and she's Catholic, and she is in a very tight-knit family unit at home that isn't the most traditional, but at the same time, they're always super up in each other's business. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just the way it is. You don't like it, you can take a hike. But, yeah, it's just the dynamic and everything about it really hit close to home, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is actually kind of refreshing to see. About the only major difference here is that they're Mexican and I'm not, but other than that, yeah, pretty much hits right at home, right down to the whole Catholic schooling experiences. Yeah, got those too. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. I'm just like, oh my god, it's like watching my life on a TV show. If there were a horrible, horrible accident. Only difference, if I ever had that happen, I'd be aborting that shit. But, yeah, but just, it's weird how many parallels there are. But the weirder thing is, watching it with my younger sister, how many parallels there are for her too, but on different levels. Because, I mean, for her, no secret, she ain't no virgin. But, yeah, it just, there's a lot of things that resonate, especially with the boyfriend issues. Those really resonate with her, although some of them resonated with me too, weirdly enough, at the same time, for totally different situations. Go figure. And the different dramas with the parents resonated, but in completely different ways, at the same time. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just weird that I fought this show so hard for so long, and I ended up loving it. And now, I mean, of modern TV shows, this is probably one of, if not, well, no, I can't say my favorite, but one of my favorites. I almost forgot for a second, because Once Upon a Time comes in number one, first and foremost of modern shows that I watch. But Jane might have stolen the spot of number two, though, which is saying a lot. So, then again, I don't watch that many modern TV shows, so I guess it's not that hard for it to steal that position, but just to go from hating it so vehemently to loving it in, like, a very short span of time, it's kind of crazy, and I'm just like, how did this happen? What am I doing with my life? What the hell just happened there? Suddenly I'm following all of the cast on Twitter, I'm, like, following them on Instagram, reading up on trying to find anything out about the show, like, all given hours of the day and night of what's gonna happen next, and fan theories, and fanfics, and but I am basically trailer trash for this show. Not quite as bad as I am with Once Upon a Time, but close. The only difference is I don't write any fanfics for Jane. I do for Once Upon a Time. I shouldn't even admit that. But yeah, it just... What the hell just happened? It happened so fast. Like, I think I started watching it... Oh, crap. I want to say November of last year? So, it hasn't been that long at all. I've watched this season as it's aired. I think there's only one more episode to go before the season's over, and I'm like, no, but I just got really into it. You can't pull it away from me now. I'm just like, don't do that to me. Don't do that. At the same time, Once Upon a Time just came back from its hiatus, so at least I have that. That's something. And by the time that's over, it shouldn't be too long before Orange is the New Black starts back up, which... Okay, you know what, Jane actually might be tied with Orange is the New Black. I love it pretty hard. So, yeah, that one... I've almost gotten my sister to sit through all of that one, but not quite yet. I've been waiting to make a video about that show for a while, but until she's all the way through, because she may possibly be in the video with me to talk about it, possibly if she wants to. If she doesn't, then apparently I waited for nothing. But if she does, I mean, it's one of those things, her opinions on YouTube change day to day. Like, half the time she'll be like, yeah, I want to be in a video, and the other half the time, ew, no, I look gross, no, I don't want to be in it anymore, I changed my mind. So it basically just depends on the day. So, we'll see. But, yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, if I can time this out to where there is always at least one of my shows airing at any one given time, I'm a happy camper, because the Royals right now is in its off season, so I'm already in my withdrawals on that one. Almost with Jane, but Once Upon a Time gets started back up, and then in June, I believe, Orange is the New Black starts back up. And we get all those episodes at once. My problem there is that I'll binge watch them all in a day and then be in a funk that I have to wait another year for the next season of it to be released. But hey, at least it's better than Arrested Development, where we had to wait like 10 frigging years for one season, and now it's been several years again since the last season, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what did you people do to me? You broke my brain. But although that one I mainly watch because of Liza, and because they may have killed off her character, I may not bother with the next season beyond finding out what exactly they did to her. But if they somehow just had a big mix-up with that, I'll probably keep watching it. It depends what they do to Lucille too, is what it all boils down to. So, because I am pathetic, and I am trash. So, yeah, that. But, anyway, I have gotten so far off the topic here. But yeah, do any of the rest of you guys watch Jane or any of these other shows for that matter? If so, leave your comments down below and tell me that you do and what you think of them. And are you as big a fan as I am? Am I the only one that's fangirling this hard over them? Yeah, I kind of need validation right now. So, anyways. Or anything else, you could even leave me comments of shows you think I might like, and I'll at least give them a shot. I might not end up getting into them, but I'll at least give them a shot, because I'm up for recommendations anyway. For all I know, maybe they're ones I'm already watching, so, these are not a comprehensive list of all the shows I watch, these are just the ones I consider favorites, but anyway, that's about all I have to say on this one. I will still be making a review later today. Probably by the time this uploads, I'll have that filmed as well and ready to upload too. So they should be going up fairly close back to back. So anyway, as usual, if you like the video, click the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Leave any comments you have down below. And until next time,